Hello, welcome. Looks like it's time for a career. Well, give it a go at a career. So this time, instead of doing what I did last time, which was ruin a completely, normal team, like Spoke Pro Cycling, start off with an OP team and kind of not do so well. This time we've gone back historical, and I found the Mapei-Clas jersey from 1994. I then went through and I looked at who was in the team in 94. I then I tried to match as best as possible some current riders to that of what was there. So there's one from each of all the countries line up. So they had one Colombian back in the day, one Kazakhstani, so many Spanish, Swiss, Italian riders. They were an Italian team. So I've created that squad. We'll have a look at who's in there soon. In the meantime, I've done my usual trick of reducing the number of teams in the World Tour. In the World Tour now we have 12 teams. So there's Astana, Bahrain McLaren, Bora, De Koning, Groupama, EF, Jumbo, Mitchelton, Ineos, UAE, and Trek. Any riders I've taken from any of these teams here I've replaced. I think Astana we took Gidic. I replaced them with a couple of these riders here. I tried to match them up as best I could. With De Koning. Yeah, so we sort by evaluation. You see we're not even at the top with 4 stars, but it's still not as good as De Koning or Visma, apparently. Look at our little square here. We haven't got too many Cobble Northern Classics. We've got one big sprinter, that is Ilya Viviani. Otherwise, not mainly focusing on GC there, so we're going to be probably pretty similar to Ineos maybe, with a bit more sprint, less Cobble. If we go to, just to keep my name, if we go to Conti Pro, I've added some more teams into here. So we've got the Black Spoke Pro Cycling team, New Zealand cycling team, and I gave them some more riders, some more Kiwis and Aussies. So there's people just didn't have teams that were from New Zealand. A lot of them are pretty low down like this already. Who else did I move here? Obviously AG2R, they came from World Tour down to Pro Conti. CCC also moved down. Cofidis, since the loss of Yanni, lost a decent amount of stats there. Israel, Sudal, Movistar. I moved Medlin up. I did take Civil from their squad, so they only got a few of these guys here now. NTT moved down. Sunweb moved down. Yeah. Otherwise, everyone else is similar. I think I moved a few down to Conti too. I think it was Novo Nordisk. We sort by evaluation. I think I moved somewhere down here. I made a new team, Cause Light as well. Put some another Kiwi Conti. Kiwi Conti team. Full of more Kiwi and Aussie riders who haven't got teams. Alex Frames headlining them with Cameron Bailey, Hamish Bond, Joseph Cooper, Hamish Skouras used to ride for Israel Cycling Academy. A few other people. Campbell Stewart, he rode for Wiggins in 2018. Where are we looking? Evo Pro. Okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, Mapei, let's have a look at our squad before we get into the competition here. We've got Egan Bernal, he's going to be our GC man, with Vincenzo Nibali being our secondary GC man. Young talent and an older one there. We've got Remco Evenepoel. He'll develop over time. Alejandro Valverde. He's supposed to mimic the likes of, what's his name? Abraham Olano. Overall all-rounder. I mean, we'll lose him in a few years because of his age, but still be quite fun. Stephen Kung. Well, we couldn't find a Tony Rominger equal, so I think I took Nibali instead of Rominger, or Bernal, or instead of Rominger. Viviani, big sprinter, Formolo. Enric Marsh, Kone, Soler, Caruso, Filippo Ganna, Dillier, Herrada, Joaquin Rodriguez, Aaron Baru, just recently quite good, Alberto Dainese, Oscar Sevilla, you'd be there for like 1 or 2 seasons, Gino Madia, Benjamin Prades, Manuel Penaliver, Stefano Aldini. So a few people you never heard of. Well, not never heard of, just not that well known. But yeah, that's gonna be our squad, so we can get into this. The first episode will be just setting everything up, not making the same mistakes as my last career. Yeah, we'll get into it. Oh, I did make a few other changes. I moved the New Zealand Cycle Classic from a 2.2 to a 2.HC, and the Gravel and Tar from a 1.2 to a 1.HC, just because, why not? I decided that it's better to get more exposure. And I didn't really want to make a World Tour because no New Zealand teams would participate, but if I made the HC, then yeah, they could. Come on, let's move on. Of course, these episodes here will be a bit longer than normal. I have tested this career before, so the jerseys work. For all the teams I've added, here we go. Let's give it a go. So we have here contracts. Who's leaving us at the end of the year? 2020. Oh, just a few riders. Just Filippo Ganna, Sylvain Dillier, Fernandez, Rojas, Seville, Carreto, Marco Mercato, Gino Mother, and Benjamin Prades. Alright, so looking pretty good that way. Trainers, we're going to need to give some. You're correct, you two. This takes time, but we'll go through that. In the meantime, we'll go objectives. Well, I better check out our sponsor ones first, I suppose. Okay, sponsors. We're already kind of within the maximum. We won't get just identical if we get super success. Okay, excellent. They want us first at Paris-Nice, first at Torino, first at Milano-San Remo, first at Liège, first at the Giro, first at the Tour, and top 3 at the Vuelta. Oh boy, indeed. We aren't actually top of a team. We haven't actually got that. Okay. Squad, we have, I believe, with the popularity of Valverde, need more runners from Sicily, need from Asturias, and we need some from Kazakhstan and Russia. Okay. Good on you. We've got Herincal frame with Revel wheels and Campag group set. Okay. We'll just go Scorpion, put redesign of model on there. Wheels. Don't really care the Roubaix, maybe this one's here, and we'll go redesign of model for that as well. Let's get our squad all pre-season. Suppose we'll just introduce each rider, do the trainers, and then I'll do the rest of it behind the scenes, and then we'll start with our first. We'll have the calendar quickly. Oh, yes, there we go. New Zealand Cycle Classic, excellent. We will do that, and we'll do the Gravel and Tar. That'll be excellent for us to show off those new races in the HC category. We're then going to do the Santos Tornado. We don't want to do the Tropical. It's going to be a pain to do. So many races in the calendar. Why? Don't want to find one like that. Get rid of these 3. 3 tours here. We don't really want that one there. Fine with those 2, I suppose. Don't want that one. We're then going. So many classics here. Which one? We'll do one, not both. Do Algarve, so we'll get rid of that one. Excellent. UAE Tour, Umloop, Strade Bianche, Paris-Nice, Torino. Yep. Okay, so that looks like our first few races, which will be quite exciting. Where is that? Grand Prix Marseille. There. Bye bye. Boom. There we go. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. So what we can do now is we can go here and we'll introduce our squad to you. No, we want to click through another verdict. Name Alix Aaron Buru. He is going to be, we'll put him on, there's lots of trainers. Okay, he is a climbery, punchery rider. He rode for Cajaruel in the last, in 2018-2017, and we're going to make him a puncher. We have Egan Bernal. He rode for Team Ineos last year, first the Tour, first the Paris-Nice, first at Tour Suisse, third Lombardia, third Catalonia. Before that he rode second at Romandy, and a few other decent results. Training wise, he's going to be a stage racer. Yes, more than good on you. Alberto Bettiol, he's going to be our classic specialist for us. He's got 78 cobblestones, genuine nice all-rounder. You'll train him with Northern Classics. Spent the last year at EF where he got first in Ronde van Vlaanderen, fourth in E3. Before that he's podiumed and top 10'd many other races. Excellent addition to our team. Hector Carretero, he's going to be a climber domestic for us. Oh, maybe we could train him on puncher actually, maybe. What did he do last year? Movistar team. Nothing, it's been a great domestic, so he's going to be domestic for us in the mountains. Damian Caruso, he's going to be Vincenzo Nibali's right-hand man. He's going to train as a stage racer because he's got the bit of time trial there. He's kind of old. What did he do last year? Bahrain, Merida, not much. You can see he's top 10 a few Grand Tours, top 10 a few other races previously also. So he's going to be like a road captain, Grand Tour domestic or Tour domestic. Ciccone, he's a climber for us. He's going to be a climber domestic in the one-day classics. He can go for his own. Last year at Trek, he won the climber classification at the Tour, and otherwise Bardiani just won a stage at the Giro. Nicola Conchi, up and coming. Another climber who rode for, I think, Trek. Some of a climber, puncher, okay. He rode for Trek last year, and the year before, not much, but he's going to be a nice domestic, hopefully helping Nibali out. Alberto Dainese is going to be up and coming sprinter for our team. Spent the last few years at Seg Racing Academy. Sylvain Dillier, he got, famously, was it second in Paris-Roubaix behind Sagan, best climber. Otherwise, just a general. He's a Northern Classics time trial specialist. Ruda, no, we go Northern Classics, I think. Yep. And modern. There we go. Excellent. He'll be a great help to Bettiol in the Northern Classics. Remco Evenepoel, up and coming stage racer, hopefully. He's got the time trial already, just needs to update up to his mountain and hills. And got minor amounts of acceleration last year at Koenig, second at the World Town Trial Champs, first in San Sebastian, and a few other minor races. Also the European Time Trial Champion, so he's going to lead possibly our 2-3 week tours. We then have Ruben Fernandez. He's a mountain or climber domestique. Another modern. Oh, great. Okay, I'll put it on to Marzero. It's going to be a modern, it's going to be a climber domestique. He spent the last few years at Movistar, where he's just top 10s in a few of the 2-3 week long stage races. Formolo, he's a more like a puncher, a little bit of time trial, so he'd be good for the big long week races. He's gonna Northern Classics. I don't think so. Let's go for stage races there. What did he do last year at Bora? 15th in the Giro, 2nd at Liège, 7th at Tour of Poland. Oh, lots of top 10s at Grand Tours. Excellent Formula, excellent indeed. Filippo Ganna riding for Team Ineos. You can go study that. And what else do you believe? Time trial, maybe. Puncher, maybe. Try that. Last year at Ineos, 3rd at the World Champs, and at UAE, not much. Vicente Garcia, the Meteos, you're going to be training as not a puncher, not a sprinter, puncher maybe. And you'll spend a few years on the Conti circuit. Evgeny Gidic, he is a puncher, good. Spent the last few years with Astana, where he's been a faithful domestic and lead-out man. Jesus Herrada, younger brother of the other Herrada, he'll be training as a climber, and he's been spending the last few seasons at Cofidis, and before that Movistar, where a few reasonable results. Stephen Kung, he is the time trial cobblestone legend himself. Northern Classics, excellent. Good Groupama FDJ, 3rd in the World Champs, 10th in the World Time Trial. Otherwise, some pretty good overall results around here. Good for our Northern Classic season. Gino Mader, up and coming Swiss climber. Spent last year at Dimension Data, not much happening there, so he'll just be a domestique. Marco Mercato, he's going to be a road captain, bit of a Baruda, bit of an all-rounder. He's really here to help us out. Spent the last few seasons at UAE being a domestic, then Monte Group. Just all round the show essentially. In the Mas, he's going to be our climber, maybe a week-long stage race competitor. Last season at De Koenig, then Quick-Step before that. Quite some impressive Palmares there. Vincenzo Nibali, the shark himself. He is going to be one of our leaders for the team last year at Bahrain, 2nd at the Giro, 8th Milano San Remo. So we're going to send Nibali probably to the Giro. He's going to lead us there. Hopefully get us an overall victory for the team. Stefano Aldini, he is a sprinter. Been from a continental squad, but young sprinter. We can hopefully grow him into something more. If not, oh well. Manuel Penalva, he rode for Burgos, I think. He's a sprinter, another upcoming sprinter. We can hopefully develop him. Benjamin Prades, he is a puncher. We'll use him as a domestic, and we'll see where he goes from there. Jose Joaquin Rodriguez, he's our sprint lead-out man for our big sprinter, Ili Villani. General all-rounder to help them through that. He spent the rest of his season at the Movistar and the previous incarnations of Movistar and got quite a few decent results. Traditional, yes. And we'll go puncher. Oscar Sevilla, the legend himself, been riding about the same amount of time as Valverde. Actually, no, he started in the late 90s. So he's a great all-rounder. He's going to be a Baruda for us for however long he lasts with our squad. Hopefully we can end of career. Yeah, so this year's going to be his last year for Oscar Sevilla. Spending it back in Mapei-Clas, where back in the top. It's going to be an all-round domestic early on the season for us. Marc Soler, another stage racer potential. He's going to help us in the Grand Tours. Maybe even go for the Vuelta. What we're looking at the moment, we might go Nibali for the Giro, Bernal for the Tour, and Valverde for the Vuelta. Is how it might end up. Past seasons, 9th in the Vuelta, 1st Paris-Nice, 3rd Catalonia. Some quite good results. Alejandro Valverde. He's been riding for a very long time, since 2002 actually. All his results are not here, but he's won the Vuelta in 2009. It was the best year. Then not much happening. A lot of third and second places at the Vuelta, third at the Giro. Lots of classics wins. Not modern, we want traditional, and we're going to do puncher. Overall, he's looking pretty all-round. Hopefully we can use him for a few seasons. Last but not least, Ilya Viviani, our big sprinter for our squad. He is going to lead the sprinting capabilities of our Mapei-Clas. Last 2 seasons at the Koenig, where he won quite a few races, including the points at the Giro. And before that, he was at Sky with a few victories. So that's our squad. I'll do all the planning offline. I'll do the bits of the planning, bits of the planning is the main thing to do. I think maybe some youth development. I might make a development squad. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in to the first episode of our Mapei-Clas career. Any questions, you can post them down below. Comments, queries, all that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we will hopefully start racing with the New Zealand Cycle Classic. Next episode, 2.HC, we'll see who else is competing in that race. Either way, be awesome, and hope you can like, subscribe, subscribble. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.